morning everybody. As part of our MSc module Strategic Management, we are going to have presentation on internationalization of IC Group in India by these presenters, our group members. And moving on to our agenda, we are going to talk about company profile, strategic audit, and at the last evaluation. Moving on to company profile overview. IC Company was first a Danish apparel company which was established in 2001. By the merger of Carly Gray AS in Group AS, and it's currently running 3 premium brands which are Peak Performance, Tiger of Sweden, and Malin Burger. And now it's the largest company, clothing company in the Nordic region, and its vision is to be more and best developers of sports and fashion brands. And it owns 250 retail and franchise stores, while the revenue growth has risen to 2.6 billion Danish kroner in 2014 and 15. Moving on to strategic timeline and history, in 2003, it had done joint venture with Malin Burger, acquisition of Tiger Sweden at the same time, and in 2006, it had acquired Peak Performance, while in 2010, it was acquired Malin Burger. And 2014, it changed its name from IC Company to IC Group AS. So it shows the 10-year strong aggressive acquisition trend, which makes the company strong in the market. Moving on to the products, now company produces 3 premium brands, which has basically focused on Peak Performance, which focuses on sports and adventure clothing for men, women, and children. Tiger of Sweden, which focus on formal, informal shorting and shooting for men, women, jeans, and other kinds of clothing as well. And Malin Burger, which focuses or targets women segmented products such as bags, clothes, sandals, and purses. Business plan. Business plan is very important for any company, because it's a part of strategic planning, and is important for growth of a company, and it's also a process of a market expansion. While screening other countries, India came to our mind because it's a familiar market, and also context of FDI, the policy is very best, and targeting the customer, and it has the highest population, 3rd highest in the world, and it's also emerging economy, 7th highest. So these are good beneficial facts, and also according to research, the expenditure on luxury and fashion products has been increasing, which is very good for our company to invest.
Going to product life cycle, what we came across is our product, which is Tiger of Sweden, Peak Performance, and Malin Burger, is in growing stage, and for us to remain in growing stage, we need industrialization, which will help us to remain over there. Talking about SWOT analysis, our company can have like positive and negative sides. And talking about positive side, we have different strength, which is our brand's name, which is popular as well in Europe, and it has really good quality. And since it shows good location, it can work good for our product as well. Talking about opportunities, since we can expand our product in the market, that is one opportunity, and also about the job opportunity that it will take along with that. And talking about negative points, we have weakness and threat. For weakness, the general weakness is we are using leather, so it can go in a negative way. And also about the threat, our brand has high cost, so it can turn out to be negative for us. After this, we have pastel analysis. We did a pastel analysis for our research, so that we can enter in a new place, India. And going through pastel analysis, we went to political, economical, legal, technological, socio-cultural, and environmental factor. And after going through that, we found out certain negative and positive points. And talking about positive points, we have a very good political system. Since even though it has a high corruption rate, but still we can form business over there, since its political power is really good over there. Talking about economic, it has proven in our research that it has good economy, so it is a good point for us. About legal perspective, it has got really good legal conduct over there, so it's a good platform to open a business. And about technology, since it is growing in terms of internet and e-commerce sector, so it is a good option for us in terms of technology. And sociocultural, since they are growing in terms of buying new products, they are conscious about themselves, so it is a good chance for us to establish business in accordance with the demand of the population in India. And about environment, it's a place where we can produce our raw material as well. It is a good site, so it is a nice platform for us to produce our raw materials.
The next one we have is 5 post analysis by Michael Porter. Looking at suppliers' bargaining power, India has very high in raw materials for clothing, and also the suppliers for the same raw materials are pretty fragmented and spread out. So because of that, it has low bargaining power in suppliers. And looking at the bargaining power of the customers, our product is segmented for the luxury people. So normally the luxury people and the higher upper class people, they don't have so much price sensitivity. So eventually it leads to less chance of bargaining power. And also we have a switching cost. If people find the same product about the same quality and a low price, then they're probably gonna move it. It's also a threat, but because of that, it gets the chance of being a bargaining power a little bit high. But and also it's the same as purchasing power. It can move a bit because of the switching cost. And when we look at substitute product, we have lots of substitute product. For example, we have H&M, Gap, Zara. So they can easily move out to those products, even though it's not of the same quality. And looking at the threat of new entrants, it's obviously it's increasing fashion trends all over the world. So that's one. And even when we look at the company that focuses more on the cheap products, it also could be a threat of new entrants. And also chasing threat, the same company as us, since we have all the favorable conditions to move to India, so they might come as well. So that's a threat. And looking at our competitors, we have different apparel industry such as Hugo Boss, Armani, G, Star. But what they do is they export their product to a distributor called Genesis Luxury, and then he does all the work in India. But we're not doing exactly the same. We're focused on manufacturing in India, so that gives us an advantage. The next one we have at India is Aditya Birla Group, who has a lot of product as well. And the next one we have is
So, along with all the analysis we have done, there is a financial indicators that we have to analyze. It is very crucial for the company to analyze the financial aspects when we are internationalizing. So looking at the financial aspects here, the growth rate of the company is 1%, which is below average growth rate. So that we can say that there is a need for the internationalizing of this company. And the revenue, we can see 2,665 Danish kroner in million, which is also very good. That is overall revenue. That is before, let's say, it is a gross profit. And in terms of free cash flow, which is after reducing all the expenditure, capital expenditure, and then after paying the dividend to the shareholders, we have 238 million Danish kroner extra that we can use it for different purposes. For example, acquisition, merger. That is why we're internationalizing in Indian market. And if you see the development of the last 3 years, from 2013 to 2016, the growth rate of the company is in declining trend, and the revenue is in like constant rate. So there is the graph also saying something that we have to do something for this stage. So I wanna add one thing. The famous investor once, Warren Buffett once said that the investor of today does not make profit from yesterday's growth. So we can see there is a 1% growth, so there is nothing to worry about. we can do uh, further investment and improve our financial aspects of the company in next year's uh, financial analysis or financial next year's financial next year financial sheets. So
The next one we have is segmentation. It's in strategic change options. It's geographically, and as you can see in the data, there's a pretty highest average household spending in Goa. It's a place in India, and so we based our we're more focusing on Goa because of how the data shows us. So and then we're gonna move to Delhi and capital eventually. And if you can see, there's a forecast that's in India. There's a pretty high, fastest growing consumer expenditure since like from 2010 to 2030. So this is a pretty good advantage for us. And the next one we have is demographic segmentation for Tiger Sweden. We are focusing on 34 to 45 age people, and it's for middle to upper class. Also, peak performance. We are focusing it on all the ages: kids, women, old people, everybody. And it's also for the same task. And looking at Burger, it's 22 plus. It's mostly focused on women, as I mentioned before. And it's also for the same class. And the next one we have is size. We don't have the actual data for this, but the size in US or in European countries is not the same. So if we can focus more on that, it would be a more it would be an important aspect for our segmentation. The next one we have is marketing mix.
For marketing, we are using 4 P's of marketing mix: and product, place, price, and promotion. And in product, we will have standardized product because we will not be customizing our products, and we will have varieties of products with high quality. And some of our features are manual tailoring, and durable, stylish, and classic. In place, initially we will focus on Goa in Goa because it has the highest annual expenditure according to the Euromonitor by the region. So we'll focus on that initially. And talking about our distribution channel, it will be our retail shop, our own retail shop in the busy centers, and through online shop. In price, we'll have a price adaptation strategy because we are changing the prices according to tax and markup price. And we'll be providing some discounts during seasonals and on some occasions. In case of promotions, we are using advertising on social media like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And we are using fashion shows and celebrity endorsement. We'll hire some celebrities to increase our brand awareness. And seasonal sales.
Let's talk about the entry mode. And what's Greenfield? Greenfield is all about building a new plant, infrastructure, manufacturing and sales in a foreign host country. We are using this mode of entry so that we can have 100% control over our manufacturing process and the sales, and we can avoid the extra costs like import, export, and trade barriers, etc. We may have a disadvantage of difficulty to manage and assess raw materials and understanding the consumer behavior. But we are going to hire some local customers and expertise about it, and which may assist in the process. And why we chose India, why we chose greenfield in India, as we can see in the graph that it has crossed a mark of over 160 billion US dollar in the span of 16 years, and India is a favorable place due to the reasons like this. And we can also see that the sales of apparel and footwear has been rapidly increasing in the last 5 years. Like it has almost doubled in both the cases, and we can see the forecast that it will rise like 70% more in the coming 5 years span. So that I think we have a chance of getting a lot of profit.
And the next one is value chain. This model is the same as we have in Nordic countries right now, where we get the raw materials, we source it, and we finish it to a final product, and then we distribute it, and then we do the marketing. And we can apply the same value chain in India as well. And how we are gonna create value in India is with the same quality product, but a huge cost reduction on labor and raw materials, because it's pretty cheap compared to the Nordic countries, and also we're developing brand portfolio, so it will help us create a lot of values in India with the same model.
Okay. And talking about action plan, how we gonna conduct our planning in the future. In first 2016 and 2016 to 2020, our entry mode will be greenfield, which helped to direct control our manufacturing process and overall operation of our overall operation of this company, and to determine price or easy to formulate the post-purchase policy of this company. For example, we have a different kind of policies like 15 days return policy here in Denmark, so we can apply it there also because we are going there physically. And in 2016 to 2020, we are focusing on the marketing development, which is fashion campaigns, offers and promotion through medias, and which may result in increased brand awareness and also the sales, of course. And in 2016 to ongoing, it is ongoing process because CSR is very vital for the companies to sustain the market in the long run. So we are basically focusing on people, place, environment, and profit also. Because if we consider in these aspects of this of the social responsibility, we can sustain in the market for the long run. And after 2020, we are thinking about customizing the products because by the time we can adapt the market of the India, so that how we can customize our product about how they demand according to the demand. For example, in the early 90s, the belly button pants was very popular in India, so we can customize our product in that way, and which results in a customer satisfaction and also meeting customers' requirements. And after 2020, we are basically focusing on human resource development, or let's say it is an ongoing process also. We are focusing on training and development, seminars, monitoring performance and supervision of the employees. That helps to increase personnel of our company, and that results in a better performance and employee satisfaction also. So this is our basic business plan.
A company cannot get more profit by conducting its business as usual. It should try to get more customers by reaching new places. And our company has adopted the market development strategy. That is, we are going to a new market with existing product, and trying to get the most of it.
company can have competitive advantage in two ways.
Fast.
One is cost advantage and another is differentiation advantage. Cost leadership. It means that if a company try to produce in a lower cost, that's cost leadership. And for example, Zara, which are selling in low cost and medium quality. In our case, we will be focusing on differentiation advantage, where we will focus, where we will advertise on sophisticated needs of middle and upper class people, and the quality and premium price of IC Group products.
Going through the evaluation of strategic change plan, we have put our BCG matrix here, and we would like to put our IC Group here in stars, which shows that which operates in a high growth industries like here in Europe and maintain a high market share as it is maintaining here in Denmark. Research shows that according to the Euromonitor 2016, the IC Group owns 36% of European market here in European market. Due to the rapid growth of technology and intense competition, the companies in stars should be more focused on the innovation and product development of the company. And if they cannot manage through the competition or if they cannot adapt the intense competition and the rapid technological advancement, they may end up being dogs. So dogs are the very lower product quadrant, which has relatively low market share and very low market growth. So we'd like to put our IC Group here in stars. So next slide will be
to know about cross-culture analysis of India, we chose Hofstede method, and from this we know we came across with power distance, individualism, masculinity, uncertain avoidance, long-term orientation, and indulgence, where we found out that we have a strong point where we are heading into India, and we have since it has like huge power distance. It can work better for us in terms of influential factor. And about individualism, since they have tendency of we, which is gonna work better for us, since it can also promote our product in a group rather than individual perspective. And about indulgence, since they can compromise in their lifestyle, it can go in the negative side than positive side for us.
Yes, to conclude our presentation, we would like to say India is a very huge potential market because of its population and other emerging economy, including in brand value, which is good in Europe, and we would like to expand the value in the Asian market as well. And economy scale after production or manufacturing in India, with the labor cost and the raw materials are cheap, because of which the cost can be reduced later. So this can be very beneficial for our country to invest in India. And these are our references, as you can see.